welcome back everybody to another Coaching Uncut with the Endeavour Network. My name is James. I'm the lead coach, and Happy New Year to you. This is now the January 3rd, 2022. And I know what you're all thinking. You're probably saying, oh, I hope 2022 is much better than 2021. And I think with a new year comes new optimism and new opportunities. But what I'd like to do today is introduce to you a Coaching Uncut series. Now, what I'm about to do here is I'm going to change up the format a little bit based on some good advice I received for, creating content. And I will give you information at the end of the video where you can get more expanded and substantial explanations on what I'm about to present today. This is probably one of the most radical, and I say that word loosely, contents that I'm putting out there because the times are changing. They are different. Now, I've been around a while. I've been in business now for 25 years, and entrepreneurial lifestyle has been great. There's lots of great challenges, but lots of great rewards. But it also does have to adapt to changing political landscapes, economies, cultural shifts. It does have to adapt, but that's the beauty of it. And so, what happens in strange times? What happens to your business? Many people will just get caught in that tunnel vision, and they just don't see any other way to adapt through the circumstances. And a friend of mine was asking me, what would you do if things just such dramatically changed in the local region that you're in? What would you do? And I said, well, I will do what I will do for as long as I can do it. And when I can no longer do it, I will do something else. And that's the attitude that everybody who starts in business, a small business, self-employment, that's the attitude that is most recommended to take. It's part of who you are as a person. It doesn't mean that you're totally contrary to everything. You just have to learn how to think and adapt and move with decision. There's very little room in strange or tough times for indecision, and especially when you're struggling with purpose and identity and all those things. So I'd like to introduce to you today 5 things that you can do in strange times. 5 ways to find success during strange times, if that makes sense to you. So today I'm going to just put them up there. Let's get started. So what is the number one key to finding success in strange times? Well, it's a matter of attitude, but it's also a matter of vigilance. Number one, you have to see the need, fill the need. So if you're going to maintain a self-employment experience through tough times or strange times, you're going to have to learn that cardinal rule. And I hate to tell you this, but it's found in the art of selling, is you see the need, you fill the need. That's number one. You look around you and you assess what are people needing, whether it's common things, commodities, food items, that kind of thing, where people use every day. And so then what you do is you go and you establish a vendor to try to get that supply coming through. So now that may sound a little extreme compared to where you're at right now, but I'm saying what if, right? The big what if question. So what's the number 2 big key to success in strange times? Well, you have to build your support network. Building your support network is not just building a community where you go and you kind of bleed out all your hardships and your grief points and your anger points. Building your support network means understanding where there is supply of certain things and understanding where there is need. And then, of course, it's a matter of arranging how you procure that supply and then get it to the customers that you have in your network. So a support network is not only clients that demand something and are willing to pay for it, but it's also vendors who have it readily available and are able to get it to you or deliver it, or you are the deliverer of that item or product. And then, of course, your support network is, well, who do you check out for vendors to help keep the infrastructure of your business going? So if you have a vehicle, let's say a small truck, and you've got to deliver items here and there every other day, You're going to need to have a mechanic. You're going to have somebody who knows how to source parts out if something happens to your vehicle, your main tool for doing your business. Now, for me, my main tool of doing my business is the online aspect of it. I'm meeting a lot more clients online than I am in person these days. And so I need to be able to source out, if my camera were to break down, then I got to source out where to find a new camera, or at least buy a backup so that I don't have that, I can prolong my entrepreneurial experience that way. So that's, build your support networks is more than just having colleagues that you can sit and bleed out with. You got to have very good, substantial logistical contacts as well. So what's the number 3 success? Well, number 3 is establish your currencies. Establishing your currencies. This is a long conversation, and the conversation needs to take place around this concept. It's the value of trade and the trade of value. There are lots of people that believe that getting into business means they'll make lots of money or they'll have a good lifestyle, and all they got to do is sell a widget. There's more to the art of selling and building upon business, building opportunity than just selling a widget. If you understand the value of trade, what does the entrepreneurialism of our society bring to the society as a whole, to the community and where you are located, the region, the community, and of course to your family? What does entrepreneurialism do for you? So you have to understand that value. We go into that in the more dedicated videos for these topics. So understand your currencies. What currencies will you receive? Value of trade and trade of value. Trade of value is, you can talk about bartering, but these days the upside of bartering is it's flexible, it's wide open. You can trade whatever there's a demand for. However, the downside of straight bartering is what happens if I have something you want, but you don't have anything that I want. So we have to establish an actual currency, and I go into this in depth in the other videos. So if we don't have a common currency that we can establish together of value, our bartering is going to come to a quick end. So we have to continue to go find that somewhere else. So understanding what your currencies are, will you take straight fiat money? So that's basically what we're used to doing, cash, government sanctioned cash. Will you take bullion coins? So maybe you take, an ounce of silver worth something like $32 Canadian right now, maybe a little less. But the idea is you'll take an ounce of a hard currency in exchange for what you want to trade. You may think about cryptocurrency that's coming online these days. More and more people are getting to be more knowledgeable about that. But also you may trade in stocks or stock options, or you could trade in any number of different things that the two of you find value in, and therefore those are your currencies. So everybody wants to have cash because right now they pay their electric bill by cash or by that accepted fiat currency system. So you're limited that way. However, that doesn't mean that you can't find something in common. So what's the 4th key to success in troubled times or in strange times is understand your situation. So you have to take a 3,000-foot view of things, and that means not only economic, but what are the politics going on? So I don't know about you, but where I am in my part of the world, there's some strange things that are happening that I've never seen before in my lifetime. And not only in political circles, but education circles and healthcare circles. And, and I'm not going to get too much into detail here on locals. I'm going to get more into that sort of third dimension of what I think is going on. But the point is, you need to look at your situation. There are some political situations whereby you may not be able to trade internationally. And right now, maybe travel is a restriction for you internationally. And so you have to adapt your way of doing business regarding what's happening. It doesn't mean you can't get through it. You just have to learn how to navigate it. And that's the entrepreneurial gift. So what's the last key to success? Now, I know there are many more keys to success, but I'm just giving you 5 quick ones here today so that you can kind of have something to chew on and think about. The 5th one is to learn your logistics. So right now, depending on where you're at, you may find travel to be difficult. You may find walking into certain establishments difficult. And I'm being open and honest about that. Learn your logistics. Are the highways open? What's the climate? What's the politics? What's the economics? Learn how to get your product or service to your customer and understand how that's done. Despite the situation that seems to be overcrowding our culture and society today. Please feel free to like and subscribe to the channel, as it really does help us out. And don't forget, if this content you really think is going to spur somebody on to greatness or some kind of success, please feel free to share. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me today in today's video. If you like what we're doing and you'd like to support the channel directly, please feel free to join us over on locals.com. And for a low monthly subscription, you will receive direct access to myself, as well as opportunities to network with others in the community and more substantial content being released on a regular basis. Look forward to seeing you. Thank you so much.